Мен Нұрғали Өтешұлы Қошқар, химиялық технология және экологиялық кафедрасының профессоры. Сіздерге топырақтану және экологиялық биоклиматология бойынша дәрісті ағылшын тілінде өтем. Soil Science Introduction. Lecturer Professor Қошқаров Нұрғали Өтешевич. Plan of the lecture: 1. Soil science as a science. 2. Tasks of soil science. The soil is a fertile layer formed on the surface of the earth's crust. Thanks to soil, plants grow as a result of photosynthesis. They form organic substances and supply the population with food and raw materials. At the same time, soil is one of the main environments of ecology. The well-known American scientist Odom believed that the first ecologists should recognize of Dakuchai, the founder of genetic soil science. The role of soil in the ecosphere is great because, according to scientists, estimates 98% of the food consumed of the earth is taken from the ground. At the same time, much raw material for industry is taken from cultivated plants and animals that feed on plants. The same too. Soil formation process. Domestic and foreign scientists on the soil forming process. Steps of the soil forming process. Geological circulations of substances. Biological circulation of substances. Biogeochemical cycle of substances. Humus formation. Domestic and the foreign scientists such as Dakuchai, Kostachev, Sibirtsev, Williams, Glinka, Yeni, Dushapur laid the theoretical foundations of soil forming process. Later, the theoretical basis was developed by well-known scientists Gerasimov, Korda, Paulina, Turin, Roth, and others. Humus formation is observed during the formation of all types of soil. This is the main indicator of soil formation. Part of the organic residues that have entered the soil turns into a specific humus substance. Humus is a substance inherent only in soil. In soil formation is the process of mineralization and the synthesis of humus process. Positively, a humus layer is formed, the thickness of which characterizes the level of soil fertility. You see the picture. Ocean is grass, dry land, mantle. The same 3 morphological attributes of soil. 1. Soil structure. 2. Soil color. 3. Structure of soil. 4. New building. 5. Inclusion. The basic morphological features include soil structure, thickness of soil layer, color, aggregation, structure, neoplasms, and inclusions. In field studies, soil sections are laid to determine the morphological features of soils. You see soil section. The same 4 mineral parts of soil. 1. Structure of soil composition. 2. Types of minerals. 3. Origin of mechanical elements. The soil is a four-phase natural body, consists of a solid, liquid, gases, and living part. The living part includes bacteria, algae, fungi, earthworms, etc. A solid part of the soil is formed from rocks and retains many of its properties. It consists of various complex organic and mineral substances that include the remains of weathered rocks, plant residues, humus, secondary minerals, and neoplasms. The liquid part includes soil moisture and soil solution. The gaseous part of the soil is a part of the air-filled parts that are free of moisture. The same 5 organic part of soil. 1. The value of organic matter of the soil. 2. Composition of soil organic matter. 3. Soil humus. The soil contains living organisms, plant remains, insects, microorganisms, products of zeolite activity, and humus formed during the soil formation process, which constitute the organic part of the soil. The organic part of the soil has a great influence on soil development and the formation of its properties. Organic soil contributes to a better accumulation of nutrients, the formation of favorable physical properties of the soil, sanitary protection of plants. In Kazakhstan studies on the organic part of the soil were carried out by Vishnevskaya, Vildebayeva, Kyurishin, Yurubayev, Krushpayev. The theme 6. Chemical composition of soil. 1. Chemical elements of soil. 2. Chemical composition of soil and soil forming rocks. 3. Forms of compound of chemical. The soil consists of mineral, organic, and organic mineral substance. According to its chemical composition, it differs significantly from the initial soil-forming rocks. The main feature of the chemical composition of soil is its organic substances, including humus, the variety of form of compound, and the molecular indirect dynamism of the composition in time are present in it. Almost all chemical elements were found in the soil, but correspondingly in various quantities. The average figures showing the content of individual elements in the lithosphere and soil is the succession of academician Fersman began to be called cracks in the bracket in honor of the American scientist geochemist Clark, who for the first time in 1889 determined the average composition of the Earth's crust. The same 7. Soil absorption capacity. 1. Soil colloids. 2. Classification of absorptivity. 3. The importance of colloids in soil fertility. Soil colloids. The solid phase of the soil is a complex polydispersed system consisting of particles of various sizes from large invertebrate sand gravel to the smallest invertebrate silt and the colloidal. Due to the content of fine particles and the porosity, the soil is capable of retaining certain substances coming into contact with it. Soil colloids are particles with a size from 0.2 to 0.001 micron. Their quantity in the soil varies from 1-2 to 30-40% to the mass of the soil. By origin, colloids are mineral, organic, and organomineral Mineral colloids is formed during the weathering of rocks, organic in the process of purification of plant and animal residues, or the mineral in the interaction of mineral and organic colloids. The theme A, soil structure. 1. Structure of the soil. 2. Agronomical importance of soil structure. 3. Soil structure and ways of improving. According to Kaczynski, the soil structure is a set of aggregates of various size, shapes, horizontal, mechanical strengths, and water resistance characteristics of each soil and its horizontals. In this case, aggregates are understood to be a set of mechanical elements or elementary soil particles that are mutually retained due to coagulation of colloids, adhesion, gluing, van der Waals force, residual balance and hydrogen bonds absorption and the capillary phenomena in the liquid phase, and with the help of root strands, hardware of fungi and megas of microorganisms. The theme 9, physical and physical mechanical properties of soil. 1. Volumetric weight of soil. 2. Specific weight of soil. 3. Compressibility. 4. Sinking. 5. Connectivity. 6. Plasticity. 7. Thickness. 8. Swelling. The physical properties of the soil are of great importance in the creation of a nutrient regime for plants in need. The ability to regulate the properties makes it possible to raise the yield of crops and thereby improve the productivity of the land. Distinguish such indicators as the bulk density of the soil, specific weight, plasticity and thickness, swelling, connectivity of the soil. The study of the physico-mechanical properties of soils is important not only from the standpoint of understanding the mechanisms of the physical processes taking place in them, but has great practical importance for agriculture. The theme 10, soil moisture. 1. Importance of soil moisture. 2. Categories in the varied forms and condition of soil water. 3. Water capacity of soil. The role of water in the soil is determined by its spatial dual position in nature. On the one hand, water is a spatial, physical, chemical, very active system that provides many physical and chemical processes in nature. On the other, it is powerful transport, geochemical system that ensures the movement of substance in space. Water plays a dominant role in soil formation, weathering and mineral formation, humus formation, and chemical reaction occur only in the aquatic environment. The formation of genetic horizon of the soil proper. The dynamics of process in the soil process is also associated with water. Water in the soil acts as a thermoregulating factor determining to a large extent the heat balance of the soil and its temperature region. The theme 11, soil, air, and the thermal regime of soil. 1. The volume of soil air. 2. Air regime of the soil. 3. The volume of heat in the soil. 4. Thermal properties of the soil. The soil is a porous body the pores are filled with air or water. In dry soil, or wells are occupied by air. As the soil is moistened, the air is expelled by water and exit, and some of it and other gases dissolve in the soil water. The air in the soil does not remain without movement. In the afternoon, when the soil is warmed by the sun's rays, the air in it warms up. It expands and part of it comes out. At night, the soil and the air contained in it cool. As in space form in the soil and new air fills it from the outside. Lesson 12. Soil fertility. 1. The concept of soil fertility. 2. Relative nature of soil fertility. 3. Elements or factors of soil fertility. 4. Factors limiting soil fertility. 5. Features of the requirement of cultivated plants to the soil. 6. Assessment of soil fertility. 7. Change in soil fertility in the process of the agricultural use. 8. Social-economic aspect of soil fertility. Marx in Capital distinguished 3 categories of soil fertility: natural or potential, artificial or effective, and economic. Natural or potential fertility is determined by the properties of natural soils formed in the process of their development and evolution under the influence of nature factors of soil formation. Uh, 13. Factors of soil formation. 1. The concept of the factor of soil formation. 2. Climate as a factor of soil formation. 3. The role of the biological factor in the processes of soil formation. 4. The role of the parent rock in soil formation. 5. The role of relief in soil formation. 6. The role of man's economic activity in soil formation. The factor of soil formation are external components of the natural environment in relation to the soil, and the influence and with the participation of which the soil cover of the Earth's surface is formed. The climate powers of living and dead organisms and relief are considered by Dokuchayev as element of the external environment. The age of the territory reflects the development of soil in time. 14. The scene. Land farm of Kazakhstan and ecological problems. 1. Land farm. 2. Soil cover. 3. Anthropogenic degradation. 4. Ecological situation. 5. Soil recultivation. 6. Soil monitoring. The land farm of the Kazakhstan is 272 million 490,000 hectares. 85 million hectares used in agriculture. Localities in the Black cities, towns, villages, and other buildings occupy 21.2 million hectares. Industry, transport, communication, defense land, and other land not used in agriculture is 2.5 million hectares. The land allocated for specialty protected natural areas, recreational and cultural historical occupy 3.3 million hectares. Forest land 23.4 million hectares. Land occupied by water use 3.7 million hectares. The same 15. Classification of soils, the agricultural production group and the soil evolution. 1. Characteristic of taxonomic units of soil. 2. Soil geographical regionalization. 3. Field soil survey in the soil maps and the cartographs. Classification of soil is a combination of soil intergroups according to their most important properties, origin, and the features of fertility. Dokuchaev and Sibirtsev created a theory of genetic types of soils. Their classification approach was called genetic. Later in our country, this classification developed and improved many outstanding soil scientists. On the basis of the principles in 1886, Dokuchaev developed a classification system, the main taxonomic unit of which were types of soil in the black topsoil, grey forest, black earth, chestnut, etc. The classification of soil is a system of the following taxonomic units: type, subtype, genus, species, variety. Recommendation literature, written, the basic literature. Tayjanov, Ambralin, Kashkarov, Kinjigula, topырақтану және geology of негіздері. Astana, 2014. Faizov, Urazaliyev, Organsky, Soils of the Republic of Kazakhstan, Almaty, 2001. 3. Soil Science, edited by Kovda, Rozana, Moscow, 1988. Kuznetsov, graduate, the scientific basis of ecobiotechnology, Wall, 26. 504 page. Akimova, Haskell Ecology, textbook for universities.